everyone. Today I will be talking about the applications of AI-powered personalization. So first we'll start with an introduction, then we'll look at a few common examples and some more applications in the following industries: finance, education, and healthcare. And then we will look at some of the challenges associated with these applications. Okay, so what is AI-powered personalization? It involves the use of customer data to create individual user experiences. One everyday example is in the retail sector. So consulting firm McKinsey and Company reported that 80% of the customers now expect personalized experiences when shopping online. It has been shown to increase the efficiency of marketing campaigns and to encourage customer loyalty. It also results in higher customer satisfaction and a higher return on investments. And next, we'll look at some of the common examples. So targeted marketing is probably the most widespread use, usually in the form of emails or newsletters. So companies would use consumer behavior to customize their offers. So for example, sometimes shopping websites can send emails notifying you that you have items in your cart waiting for checkout. Another very common example is Google's Smart Compose in Gmail, which would give you personalized suggestions tailored to the way you normally write. And finally, product recommendations. So services like Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, and music streaming apps, which will recommend things to you based on your history. And now we will move on to applications of AI-powered personalization in three industries: finance, education, and healthcare. So I chose to focus on these instead of retail and e-commerce because people do more than just shop, and wherever they're going and whatever they're doing, they will be generating data that could be used to improve their experience. So the next few slides would focus on each of these in a little bit more detail. So first we start with finance. Personalized services are one of the key factors in promoting customer satisfaction and digital banking engagement. And banks use customer data to create targeted marketing campaigns, but the personalization in the banking sector goes beyond that to involve the use of personal financial assistants like Olivia AI and Nomi. So Olivia was developed in the US in 2015, and the main aim of the app is to give people an instant consolidated panoramic view of all of their bank accounts, balances, and transactions, and also to use AI to accurately categorize expenses so they can determine which spending patterns and behaviors. So Olivia would interact with the user through a chat feature, and she isn't allowed to make transactions. The co-founders of the app stated that Olivia learns from people's spending patterns and can predict both their behavior and their next buying decision. And she would use those insights to provide real-time personalized recommendations. Nomi is a built-in feature of the RBC mobile banking app, and it has four main functions. The first one is Insights, which consists of customer real-time personalized financial data. There's also a find and save function, which is an automated saving function that uses AI to identify funds that can be saved without affecting a person's cash flow or normal day-to-day living. There's a budget, which is based on the insight, and then there's a text and voice-based chatbot. RBC says that Nomi allows for different levels of personalization, first for broader customer segments and then on the individual level. And this feature has increased the amount of time that customers spend on their app by 33%. Next, we'll move on to education. So in 2017, IBM Watson and Sesame Workshop launched a cognitive vocabulary learning app built on the IBM and Sesame Intelligent Play and Learning platform. The personalization here is in the form of adaptive assessments, which would determine which will determine the child's vocabulary range and then build a curriculum for that specific child. And then as they would continue to use it, their personalized experience is updated. And I think this would provide a level of individual attention that is not typically possible in a classroom setting. So they had a 2 week pilot project involving 120 kids in kindergarten, and the teachers reported that at the end, the students learned words that were deemed to be challenging for that age group, and they were also able to use the new words to contribute to classroom discussions in a meaningful way. And then here we have a picture of Watson on Sesame Street, and it was taken from a promotional video. And we have a quote from the pilot project that reads, "Together, we are combining Watson capabilities and Sesame's rich educational knowledge to give teachers new insights about their students' vocabulary development and ultimately create a unique learning experience personalized to each child." And our last application is in healthcare. So personalized health intelligence involves using patient data to develop healthcare solutions that can help patients make the best decisions to treat or prevent diseases. And one example was using adaptive health technologies for personalized preventive adolescent healthcare. So the adaptive health technologies can be seen as an instance of human-centered AI, and the researchers considered both health intervention and health screening tools through interactive narrative generation using collaborative filtering and reinforcement learning. They created interactive story experience tailored to each adolescent, and it was shown to reduce risky behavior when it came to making decisions about their health and well-being. Another example is personalized medicine like Curate AI, which is a platform that recommends the optimal drug dose and combination. It allows for dynamic dose optimization throughout treatment based on continuous recalibration of the patient profile. So say, for example, a patient is being treated with a combination of two drugs. A personalized profile is generated based on input drug dosages and patient response. And then Curate would optimize this and predict dosage combinations that would guide the patient response to a preferable outcome. And then as of this year, there was an ongoing a clinical pilot with oncology patients called Precise Curate AI, where the researchers tested the feasibility of the Curate dosage plans. And here are some of the challenges encountered in these applications. The first one was integration. So how would the personalized frameworks be integrated into existing solutions, and how would persons go about adopting these frameworks in their daily activities? Industries would have to factor in issues like scalability, data integration, security, etc. As for the case with education, the students were able to use an app, but that might not always be the case. And as with any use case that involves data, some privacy concerns were highlighted, especially in the case of patient health data and customer financial data. Another concern would be the issue of bias models. So if the training data is biased, then the machine learning model will be biased. And the study with adaptive technologies for preventive adolescent healthcare suggested that the data should be collected from a diverse group to promote fairness and transparency and reduce the potential for discrimination. So in conclusion, we see that personalization has a lot more applications outside of retail. People are different, and AI-powered personalization can be useful when it comes to providing efficient solutions to their problems or even just improving the quality of their life. And that's it.